that you could
You take the seed out of it and stuff?
Yeah, but this is actually, some of these I think might have a fungus on them. This black stuff right here.
Oh yeah.
See how it's fuzzy and black? I think that's called ergot, and you want to stay away from that.
That's what they make LSD from, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
What is
So we got several things here. Yeah, more grasses with seeds here.
Yeah, they were all whacked for sure.
This is willow, and this is another indicator of water, likes to grow near water, and was the other, besides redbud, main basket weaving material by the Maidu and many other natives, because of how obviously how bendy it is. So what they would do is they would have patches of willow that they would tend to, and they would cut them back, and then they would shoot up the suckers or the shoots, and they would just come straight up out of the ground and be nice and straight, and then they would just keep harvesting those so they'd have nice straight pieces of willow. If you let this grow, it'll just grow into like a big bush kind of, and so they actually tended to them so they could get the perfect straight pieces. And you can't just take the fresh branches and start weaving a basket with it. You can, but then once it dries out, it's just going to get all flimsy and fall apart. And I had to learn that the hard way because no one taught me that. And then I realized afterwards that you have to season it. So what they would do is they would harvest all the willow, and they'd tie it in big bundles, and then they would just store that, and they'd let it season for a year. And then they would use the ones from last year that have been seasoning to make their baskets for this year. But now they're all dry and brittle, and they would break if you bent them, so they soak them in water. And so you're putting moisture back into them, but not as much as they have when they're fresh. So when they're fresh, they just lose all their moisture and they just kind of fall apart and the basket gets all flimsy. But if you season it and then soak it, then it's nice and bendable, but it's not so loaded with moisture that when it dries out, it'll be all flimsy. And willow baskets are some of the strongest baskets I've ever seen. Like, they're like rock hard. And that's what they would make their big pack baskets. Sometimes they do them in like that cone shape, and they'd have like straps for their back, and that's what they would harvest wild edibles into. So yeah, lots of willow baskets. And sometimes they would weave in the redbud into the willow to give you designs and patterns and things.
As a design.
Yeah.
Are there places around here where